Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Knife Chats with Tobias. I thought I'd show you two more knives in the Rough Rider Spades Black Appaloosa series. This is their 30th anniversary series knives. For those who don't know, 2024 will be marking the 30th anniversary of Rough Rider. And the Rough Rider Spades Black Appaloosa series is the first series, I believe, that is coming out with the 30th anniversary shield. Looks something like that. This is the 2488 and the 2489, which is the Senator and the Capital Intern. The smaller one is known as the Capital Intern. Now, I don't know how many knives are coming out in the series so far. I have 5 of them. I'll be showing these two right now. The two I've already shown before are this one here, which was the swell center jack, which is actually a opposite end jack, and then the Coke bottle. I think the Coke bottle is the one that most people consider their favorite so far. I actually like the swell center jack so far. This is my favorite in the series so far. Just to recap, got a clip blade here, and then this funky blade over here, which I called a turtle head blade because the shape of it kind of reminds me of a turtle head, and it's kind of I don't know what you would call, other than kind of like a funky pin blade, funky modified coping blade. I don't know. In any case, the Coke bottle over here has a clip blade, which is very much a standard clip blade, and then the secondary blade on the Coke bottle is a really nice coping blade. And the blades on these things are all tight, and that moves over into the last two that I picked up, which we'll take a look at now. And the first one will be this one, which I believe is the 2488 equal end Senator knife, and it's a big one. You can see here it comes in right at 3 5/8 inches long, so it's about the same size as a canoe. I like the way the blade is. It's very close to, you know, very smooth going into the bolster and everything. You do have the nickel silver bolsters, and they have the threading or a single ring going on. Brass liners, stainless steel back springs, and you see the black underlayment under the Appaloosa bone, and then the shield, which is the Spade shield. Very nicely finished. All of these knives, the finish on every knife in the Appaloosa series that I have picked up so far has just been flawless. I don't know what else you could say about it. And you can see the blade alignment on here is pretty good too, almost straight down the middle on both blades. If you can see it right there. Now, the blades you have on this are a Spearmaster blade, and the pull on this is better than medium. It's a pretty strong pull. I would give it about a 7 or an 8. And then on the secondary blade, they're still playing around with the Warncliffe blades for secondary blades. I know a lot of people are going to like that. You have the swedge on both sides of the blades, which I know a lot of people are also going to like, and you have a very strong half stop on all blades. Very well made. Is there a stop pin down there? No, no stop pin, so the blade is being stopped by the kick, which is fine by me. Very old school. And you got enough of a kick there so that the blade is not having any kind of blade wrap or anything like that going on. And my only complaint is I wish the pull on these was a little less. Like I said, they're like in the 8 or 9. The other problem I'm seeing more and more on the series is, if you notice there, well, this one's stamped pretty well. It is a very light stamp for the Rough Rider 30th anniversary tang stamp there. It's very light, so sometimes it gets muddled, but this one is pretty clean. Let's see about the main one. Yeah, it's very light. It's a very faint stamp. So I can see it in the camera, but I cannot see it with the naked eye. It's very difficult to see the stamping on the Tang stamp. Backside is a pad stamp, so it's very easy to read. You can see that. That's probably my only complaint with the series. No two bones are going to be the exact same. This one almost looks like a fingerprint right there. If you look at it, it's like somebody put it on there with their finger or something. It's kind of cool. Also kind of like I don't know, just pretty cool. I like the way it looks. Front side also pretty cool. It almost looks like one of them ink blot texts you could do. Like you look at it and go, I see an island out in the ocean, and you see the clouds in the background or something like that. You know what I mean? It's pretty cool. I like the way it looks. And then the second one I have here is kind of like the little cousin to it. I mean, it's the Capital Intern. This one is a little slimmer. If you notice that, it doesn't have that swell that you have with the Senator. So I guess this one hasn't been eating nearly as much pork as the Senator has. The Senator's been on the take a little longer than the Capital Intern. This one is still skinny and working on finding that spot in the politics. This one, man, look at the way the bone absorbed it there. It almost looks like a whirlpool going around in this in the pattern there. It's pretty cool. This one is pretty clean. Almost looks like a pepper bone going on. Again, everything is perfectly smooth into everything. Got a little bit of excess black goop on there. Could probably scrape that off with my finger. Usually that's what you can do. It's coming. Worry about that later. But as you can see, there's no gap itch or anything like that. And part of that is the black liner actually acts as a gap-filling goop, so you won't get a gap between the bone and the brass liner. Blade on this one is a little easier to open, which is good because it's a much smaller knife. And now, again, you can see it's not the cleanest stamping into the blade. It does say Rough Rider, but it's a little muddled. Not nearly as clean or as deep as I would like, but I think it's because of all the lettering and everything going on there. I like this blade a little bit better than this one. This one is also a shorter, smaller knife, as you can see here. This one comes in right at maybe 3 1/8 or just under 3 1/4, something like that. Very close to 3 1/8, 3 1/4, somewhere in between there. Maybe 3 3/16, who knows. Again, with the ringed bolsters, nickel silver. And again, with a Wharncliffe secondary blade. Now, I wish that this definitely had a pen blade, and I wish it were longer because you do have a lot of room in here. You could have made that a much longer blade if they wanted to, but they kept it short. And typically, the Senator pattern does have like a long blade and a short blade, so that is common with it. I would love to see these knives made with something else on the for the secondary. I'd love to see like a nail file or a pair of scissors or something like that as a secondary. I don't think that's going to happen, but that would be pretty cool to do. Or just a different blade other than a Wharncliffe over there. But what I do like is I do like the thinness of this blade. You know, it doesn't have nearly the belly that you have on this blade. See the difference in blades. And I also like that this blade seems to be a little straighter than this one does. This one definitely has more downward angle on the blade, not nearly as straight as this blade is. See the difference? Part of that is this one just has so much more belly. But in any case, between the two, this one has smoother action. That might be, I just need to clean it up a little bit better. This one is a little bit lazy, especially the main blade. It doesn't have that same snap moving from position to position. It's probably I just need to flush it all out. But all in all, I'm pretty impressed with both of these knives. This one, the only problem I have is a little bit of laziness with this blade, but otherwise, these are some of the best made knives I've seen from Rough Rider in a long time, and definitely worth purchasing. I'm glad I've got everything that has come out in the series so far. Stick around, I'll show you some slides. Let me take just a second to thank you once again for dropping by and spending a few minutes here at Knife Chats with the Pious. I really do appreciate it, and I do appreciate any comments that you leave. So please remember to give me that thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you'll know when the next episode is up and running. Thanks again for dropping by. Really do appreciate your time here.